Christmas Eve, I'm out with the gangsters and thieves. Celebrated, posted up with eggnog, hand up in my cup. Put Rudolph and Moses, Slell, bang, banging and coasting down the block, but be careful for the heart because it's posted. Some say to this day that Christmas ain't nothing but another day, but out of respect, I gotta give the Lord his day. Tell me, where do the homeless and bums got to sleep? Where do the hungry and the needy greedies got to eat? Life is so crucial and cold, that's for the children in this world, they hopes and dreams can't afford. The young and old churches and spiritual dreams, seasonal things. Heard throughout the ghetto reaches gangsters and dope fiends. Cause those who ain't able to get it, now can finally get it. Cause the ghetto Santa Claus will sprinkle the hood. Now we born and living to a new year, a better thing. Celebrate with some champagne. Ha ha.
Now on the first day of Christmas, my homeboy gave to me a sack of that crazy glue and told me to smoke it up slowly. Now on the second day.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the season beatings edition of the Collision Review. But after the collision, we sift through
the Wreckage.
The Wreckage, indeed. I love that. The Wreckage. And as you heard, I am your host, Jimmy T. That is the vet, Jamie Williams. And we're back, vet, for the Wreckage. And unfortunately for us, Chris is on holidays already, dude. What's going on?
Man, privileged ass
Slacking.
Canadians.
Yeah, well, speaking of privileged, I mean, he was sucking up the good old US of A's backside this past Wednesday on the skirmish. It was actually quite funny, man. But yeah, he's loving life in Florida.
He was in Florida.
Yeah.
He's just taking a world tour, and then he gets he has to mansplain to me that Canada is big when I asked him if he'd ever been to one certain venue.
Oh, that's a good one. That's very good. But in saying that, I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody from all of us here at channelattitude.com and at Hamin Media Group. And hopefully not everyone is getting too drunk. Well, obviously not now. It's too early. But, vet, I mean, it is Christmas Eve for you. It is Christmas for me. Did you get anything? Do you know of... I mean, did you spoil yourself at least?
Well, that's all classified information, Jimmy. You can't know anything about the goings-on over at the West Coast installation. But yeah, Merry Christmas in the future over there.
Yeah, it is Christmas. But
Merry
I don't
Christmas
exist.
to everyone. Huh? What? Oh, you don't? Yeah, you don't exist, but just like, you know. For anybody that's in that time zone, perhaps Japan, I don't know. Merry Christmas to somebody over there.
Wow.
But yeah. And
actually,
Merry Christmas to everybody that's going to be joining us today. Anybody that's listening, you're listening right now. This is probably like maybe a week from now, and you're just catching up on the audio only version, perhaps. Merry Christmas to you, and or whatever holiday you like. Merry that holiday to you too.
I'm glad you say Merry Christmas, actually, Vet. And shout outs to Zane, by the way. You know, the master and ruler of the world. And Merry Christmas to you, bro, just quietly. But anyway, I mean, Christmas, man, look, you get to eat a lot. I already eat enough as it is. But it's just another year down, man, for us. But you know what? We're still here giving you all the content you want here at Hamin Media Group and at channelattitude.com. So, hey, man, there's no days off for us, right, Vet? Especially you, dude.
That's right. Unwrap this. Hey.
Down where, Vet?
Down there.
There you go.
That exists. So yeah, I mean, I like to help out where I can. You know, I don't mind. It's not that hard. Listening to some podcasts out there. Not that I would listen to these type of podcasts, but it seems like other people make it seem like it's very hard to do a show. But for me, it's easy enough to just sit and talk wrestling with you guys, and I have a lot of fun doing that. So it's really no problem.
No, that's awesome.
I don't mind Chris taking a vacation from his own show. You know, why shouldn't he?
Oh shit! I mean, come on, 2 weeks, bro. 2 weeks. Come on, Chris, you're slacking off, dude.
Well, that's okay now. If he takes
joking,
a
man.
2 week vacation and then goes on a 50-week streak, that's fine.
Well, you know, it's funny actually, Vet. He doesn't get back till sometime in January. So who knows? We could go for the trifecta next week, Vet.
Oh,
There's a
man.
good
All right.
possibility, yeah. Well, anyway, we are here to talk wrestling, and I guess Saturday night was a good night for a fight. I mean, I don't know about that. Look, before we do get into Collision and sift through the wreckage, is there any news we need to touch on? It's been kind of a slow last couple of days, other than a few signings
Um,
or re-signings, shall I say?
any new presidents recently?
New president?
You didn't hear about?
Oh,
hear about new
Hiroshi
presidents of
Tanahashi.
companies?
Tanahashi, yes, from in New Japan. We did touch on that actually yesterday on the Smack Attack. Yeah, I mean that's great news, but the thing I mean, not that I'm worried about it because it is sort of due, but does this mean that Tanahashi now is going to pretty much retire?
I don't know.
I mean, surely he's not going to be still, doing his thing in the ring and also being the president of New Japan Pro Wrestling. But more importantly, do you think he's good for this sort of position? I mean, the last I remember, I don't remember anyone being in this sort of position since Antonio Inoki, really. That was a wrestler.
I don't know because I don't really know what a president of New Japan does. Is this like a gimmick president like Jack Tunney, or
Wow.
like does he really have things to do? Or is this just the person that they want to use as like the face of the company and the spokesperson? If that's the case, then maybe this would be the first time, because the last two guys that they've had as president, it's not like they were anybody that, like one guy gets awkwardly hugged by Tony Khan, and the guy before him is like some Dutch toy company
Harold
magnate.
May. Yeah.
So I don't really know what the job entails. I don't know I don't really know if Tanahashi is a gimmick president, but it's nice anyway, just to see that. He's also currently one of the never 6-man tag team champions. So he hasn't retired yet. He still has a belt, and he is the president right now. So technically he's not retired yet, but he is the president and he is a wrestler with a championship.
Well, maybe it is a Jack Tunney sort of situation. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but the way New Japan, well, look, officially, they haven't announced him officially. And what I mean by that, I'm pretty sure from what I read, it's on the 26th when they're going to actually unveil him to the general public.
Well, I think they're going to have a press conference and talk about
Right,
it on the
that's
26th.
right.
But his active duties are starting immediately. So he's already been the president for like a day or whatever it's been. Well, since you're in the future, maybe 2 or 3 days.
Well, Japan's also in the future, so I mean, I mean, the time difference between us and Japan's only 1 hour, dude. So, I mean, it's not actually too far from me. But in saying that, you got me wondering though, Vet, because now I'm starting to think: is it really a Jack Tunney sort of situation? Is it all gimmicked? I don't think it is, because they're making kind of a big deal about it. But what does this entail for him is quite interesting. Like you said, he's still the 6-man never open weight champion, or one third of a championship, whatever. I mean, these never bouts need to already just go away. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, why do they even still keep these damn belts?
I don't know. You don't want to admit that an idea was a failure, perhaps?
And that's what people don't realize. Never was supposed to be a new promotion, another promotion, and that's what those belts were created for. But it never really took off.
Here's why it makes sense. In New Japan, everybody's broken up into their own factions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a kind of a thing that, I mean, it's not like there's never been factions in the United States or Europe or Mexico, any of the other places. Like, of course there's been factions, but like everybody in New Japan belongs to a faction. So it sort of functions as like a sports team.
Yeah.
Like you have a league with teams and the teams play each other, right? Usually, right?
Absolutely.
So most of the matches that they do, because they don't do like a traditional television show. They don't do like a show like Monday Night Raw, for example, with skits
No.
and, you know, shit like that. It's just, they just do live events, and you can watch the live events on their streaming service, right? Some live events are bigger than others, obviously, but essentially what counts as a TV show over there is the same way we would have like a recap show over here that showed matches.
Yeah.
Or basically it's kind of like what they show on Access TV, where they pick a couple of good matches. So the people from in Japan watching the weekly television show only see certain matches, right? They don't even see all the matches, right? The point I'm getting to is most of those cards are tag team bouts. Singles matches are very rare in New Japan, as you know. So if everybody's kind of on a sports team and every match is sort of a tag match, having a 6-man tag team championship would be kind of like, my idea would be every single live event, the main event should be a 6-man title match, right?
Yeah.
I mean, why not? You're probably going to have a 6-man anyway, or an 8-man, or a 10-man, or something. So
Right.
if you're just going on tour all around Japan, those people that bought a ticket, they can get a championship match in the main event. So whoever's the 6-man champion should be like the workhorse team to put on those good main events against 3 other good guys. But they don't really do that for some reason, and I've never really understood. It could be very exciting. And the match they had with, they just recently had the other day, it was the champions are Tanahashi, like we said, Okada, and Ishii, right? So they defended against the United Empire team. And they had a nice, exciting match. So it's not like there's no point to the belts. It's just that New Japan is not taking advantage of what they have. I think that's a better way to look at it. And I think every promotion around the world has their strengths and weaknesses. But that's definitely one of their weaknesses, is their tag team division, their 6-man tag team division, and kind of just organizational. It just kind of seems like everything's a little bit thrown together. They have people that are teaming up together out of faction. Like, why do you need to do that?
Yeah.
Everybody has a faction. So why do you need to split them up or mix and match? You know, I don't really know what they're doing. And 2023 is the worst year that the company's had entertainment wise, since I've been watching. I think Sonata is not really doing it for me as a champion. I think he's kind of out of his league in that regard. And even if he wasn't, they're barely doing anything with him anyway. Like, he doesn't feel like, they're not treating him like a champion. They just put the belt on him and then bury him in the middle of the card somewhere. Like, how many times he defended it against who? Were any of those matches memorable? Like,
he hasn't defended it much, it feels like, actually, now that I think about it.
Like 2 times. And one of them was Jungle Boy.
I saw one of them. What? Did he? Oh, yeah. Forbidden Door, right? Jesus, I forgot about that, man. I mean, yes, look, Sonata's always had this issue, man. He looks like $1 million, but he's as boring as a freaking doorknob. You know what I mean? Like, I can't, like, he's missing something. You know what I mean? He's got everything else down pat. He can wrestle. He's got the look, but he's just so bland. There's nothing to him. You know what I mean? There's no substance to Sonata, which is a shame.
Well, they took away all the stuff that he did have. Like, he used to have the cool masks. He used to have the mohawks.
I was going to say, that's when he was cool.
And then he turned into like a generic, every like a more, universal, I guess, type of boring character, like he's what they think a main eventer should be, instead of just what he was.
And honestly, I can't stand this new version of the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship 2, to be honest. I just don't like it, man. I don't know, it doesn't do it for me. But yeah, look, like you said, New Japan in 2023 has probably been the worst year, but to be honest, Ven, it's been getting gradually worse and worse since 2019, when you think about it?
Every company suffered when that when
yeah,
that
well,
one
yeah,
thing
sorry.
happened.
Yeah, the pans.
Yeah, you know that thing that happened. Everybody sucked for a while there.
You
Think
can't
about
even
that.
say
That was
it.
like, AEW certainly got derailed when that happened because they
They
had barely
haven't
just gotten
recovered.
started and they lost whatever momentum they would have had. So
Yeah, that's
WWE
sad, man.
completely dropped the ball on that.
But
I
they've
don't think anybody
recovered.
handled it well.
No, no one did, but that's fair enough. Also, I mean, you can't blame them. No one was familiar with what was going on and how to handle it. But in Japan, particularly, I mean, you couldn't even cheer. But that's what I miss about Jay White being in Japan. Do you remember when he'd tell he'd get so much he'd be like, "Come on, cheer, cheer! Why aren't you cheering?" And everyone's all scared to cheer because I remember, man, he was getting people thrown out of the arena for actually cheering. So, I mean, if that's not heat, I don't know what is, man. And unfortunately, a lot of guys are leaving Japan suddenly and are coming to, North America.
Right.
And that's really going to hurt him, dude. And it has. I feel like we're back to New Japan in 2005-ish, say, 2004. Like, it kind of feels eerily similar to that time. But it is what it is. And yes, we're not here to talk New Japan, but we did talk New Japan for a good 17 minutes there.
Well,
man.
it is somewhat related because, like you said, a lot of guys are think about leaving and testing the waters elsewhere. Will Ospreay
Vet.
going to be a Dynamite guy, a Collision guy?
Is he going to be a Dynamite guy and Collision guy?
Yeah, maybe, like I would make him do everything if I'm going to pay him a big salary. So yeah, so you're going to see that. And
Yeah.
you're going to see guys like you're going to see women probably wanting to bounce from
Oh, yeah. Can the chat hear me, by the way? Vet, we lost you there, man, for a moment. I don't know if that was me. I don't know if that was you.
Yeah, I don't
But-
know.
But yeah, I didn't hear the last bit, man. So if you want to repeat yourself, please do, because I totally missed that.
I just said people are jumping ship from there. There's Kyrie just left Stardom. Other people are, Julia's talking about, hey, what else is out there? Okada's open to entertaining offers supposedly. So that's not the behaviors of people that are happy with where they're at. So there you go.
Zane Vicious saying in the chat he'll be the face of Rampage. Come on, bro. Then
There you
again,
go.
Orange Cassidy's the new face of Rampage, it seems. But anyway, you know what? Do you think Kazuchika Okada has a good chance of actually signing with WWE? I'd love to see it. I won't lie. As long as WWE treat him with respect, and I'm pretty sure Triple H would. As long as he's the Rainmaker, dude. I mean, I don't want to hear him call. I don't want them to call him, say, for example, the water drainer, fucking like Dadaka Kukara. You know what I'm saying? Like some stupid like that. I doubt they would do that though. And I'm hoping if he does sign with WWE, he's the Rainmaker, entrance and everything, man. I mean, obviously he'll have a different sort of theme song, but tell me that wouldn't be a huge deal. But would the fans know who he is? Because in Japan, dude, he's a rock star. As a matter of fact, he's married to a famous model over there, an actress. They're pretty much like a power couple over there in Japan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it would be interesting to see for sure. He'll be all right no matter what happens.
I think so
because the guy
too.
knows how to get over, and he's one of the few guys whose reputation precedes him. So
For sure, man. And Sonic the Hedge Rat says he's gonna be the Dew Maker, not Jew with a J, but with a D, like Mountain Dew, the Dew Maker. Can you imagine that?
mm-hmm.
I mean, or could he be the Mentos Fresh Maker? I mean,
Sponsorship
Kazuchika-
deal.
Yeah, well, there you go. Why not? Anyway, other than all that, and we did speak about Tanahashi Vet, is there anything else we need to touch on?
I don't know. You tell me, brother.
Well, according to John, now I never saw any reports, so I'm not sure. But it seems Rey Mysterio has signed another new contract, as well as Dominic Mysterio and Charlotte Flair and Bailey.
It's a good faith thing to sign Charlotte, seeing as how she just had a horrific injury.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
that's pretty nice of them.
Well, I mean, she's gonna be gone all. I mean, there's talk that she won't be back till 2025, dude.
I doubt it, but sure, why not?
Well,
Is that who's saying that? Experts?
Well, no, I
Experts
wouldn't
on
call them
Twitter?
experts. No, I was actually listening. Have you heard of Don Tony and Kevin Castle?
Experts on Twitter?
No, really, they get a lot of shit right, believe it or not, man. Honestly, they really do. But I can see why, if you have heard of him, you probably don't like. They're real wise guy Italian New Yorkers, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, they're a lot older than us, too. But anyway, still, like Retro Rocket Review says, Bionic Char. Oh, God. Anyway, Vet, I think it's time to sift through the wreckage. And I'm not going to lie to you, Vet. As good as the first match was, and I don't agree with that, but people thought it was one of the best bangers, according to Twitter. But to me, this match sucked for many reasons, and it was predictable. I knew going into this match that either one of them ain't going to get the pinfall, and we do get the draw. But please, Vet, I'm going to leave it to you. So tell us what happened, and let's sift through this damn wreckage, dude.
All right, let's do it in record time.
Let's do it. Let's try it.
So, did the show start off with promos or no?
No, I don't recall promos, dude. Actually, I don't. Funny enough,
I don't think they did.
Nah, which is
no,
odd.
it goes right into Brian and Claudio. You know,
Yeah.
And this is kind of it's an important match for these guys. But Brian's in with a win or a draw, right? So.
Yeah, I guess either way.
Yeah, they had a match though, but I'll be honest, I wasn't really paying attention. I was trying to eat a salad, and I didn't only glanced at it a few times.
Oh shit!
It sounded
honestly,
okay.
Oh, dude, if you weren't paying attention, let me ask you a question then. How do you think this match went? Honestly, like, just by listening to it.
It seemed like pretty 50-50.
To me, it seemed all like Castagnoli, and then, you know, for a minute you thought Danielson might get the win, but it didn't happen. I felt like Castagnoli actually dominated this match, but didn't get the win. Yeah, and oddly enough, I don't know if you paid attention at the end of the match, but he was sitting there like literally like meditating after he lost. Whatever, cool. What's up with that?
I didn't see that.
Thank God you
I thought he was just staring off into space because he lost. I didn't think he was meditating.
He literally started doing this, man, and mumbling. Yeah, for real, man. And I'm just like, what the hell is this shit? But anyway, yeah, big deal. This is obvious anyway that Danielson was going to go through. But I guess since they're buds, you know, apparently this makes Castagnoli look somewhat protected. But to me, it don't protect shit.
I guess, you know what I was wondering? Because honestly, who cares about this match, right? Like, we pretty much knew from the start, at least most people probably guessed that this whole thing was set up for Danielson to at least get far in it, if not win the whole thing, right?
Oh, 100%.
So it wasn't like he wasn't going to make it, right? But I just started thinking, like, what are the odds that the whole like the eye thing is a work? Has anybody thought about that?
No shit, dude. I was thinking that because by now there's a lot of fishy shit going on with Danielson. For example, was it last week or the week before where people were reporting that, you know, he was injured again? That seemed like that was total bullshit, like completely. And this orbital thing, I mean, shouldn't it be recovered by now, dude?
Well, I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, if he was ever hurt, how would you know?
You wouldn't. You don't. I mean, I haven't seen his eye. Did he really even have surgery? I think this is all set up, like you said, to get the sympathy, the babyface sympathy, and win the whole damn thing even. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, it doesn't impress me. Even if he somehow worked everybody, it still doesn't impress me because I don't like... Look, I get it. There's times where you can play the injury, right? But people worry about Danielson already, dude, as it is, because of his history of concussions and whatnot, his neck issues. And to play up on that, I think that would leave a lot of people sort of, with a bad taste in their mouth.
Only if they don't find out.
Well, yeah, there's that too.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, you might be onto something, dude. But again,
I'm not accusing him of anything. I was just wondering out loud. So
Retro Rock is saying he's ripping off, well, before I get to that, it's cold-blooded, saying, I think they'd make him wear a mask if he was truly still injured. Yeah, it's true. Especially breaking an orbital bone. I mean, you would wear a mask. I mean, you'd wear that clear damn, like what Cody used to wear in WWE. And,
right.
yeah. And Retro said Daniel's ripping off a blind Rey Mysterio. That was bad.
Eye for an eye.
Remember that stupidity?
Yeah, Zane, I saw his eye on Dynamite. That don't mean he suffered a broken orbital bone. That just means he could have gotten, busted open somewhere. So I don't know. Maybe he just did. Maybe he did. I'm just wondering about it. I was just wondering. That's all.
Well,
it occurred to me because that was nothing about the match itself was that interesting to me. I told you multiple times I don't enjoy watching Bryan Danielson matches anymore. I don't enjoy watching Claudio Castagnoli matches anymore. And so I kind of checked out. So that's when my brain started wandering and I'm thinking like, hey, what if this whole orbital bone thing's will work?
I mean, there's a good chance, but according to Liz, though, there were stitches above his eye, which is where he was bleeding from. Did you actually see that, Liz? Were they proper stitches?
Well, it doesn't matter, even if they are, even if it's real stitches.
Right,
that
it could have been just a
cut.
Right, exactly.
So I don't know.
Spot on.
But
I mean, is there any way of finding out somehow?
No.
Like if you can't look up, like, oh no, don't worry. It's a dumb thing I was going to ask because it's dumb. So forget what I was going to say. I'm not even going to go there. But I don't know, man.
Make Brian's medical records public now.
Yeah, that's why I said it was dumb because you can't do that, obviously. But it'd be interesting if someone knows the truth. But like you said, we probably won't even know. But if it is a work, and according to Scott Woodford, it is a work. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's pro wrestling, right? I mean, you can never doubt it. I mean, that's
because this is the thing I've been saying. Like everything in wrestling is so fake, and they keep trying different ways to like fool the people now. So I just don't know. Like it just as a wrestler, I will always be suspicious of it being a work because I think what I might do. Like if I was in that position, like what would I do? I'd be like, well, hey guys, what if we said I had an orbital bone injury, right? And now I get to wear an eye patch, right? Like,
and I'll win everything.
Yeah, and I beat everybody's ass. And you give me the belt. Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. I'd campaign for myself to go over. But yeah, so it's just something to think about. That's all. Like I said, not accusing anybody. I was just munching my salad and wondering about it. And then we get some what?
No, just one more thing I wanted to touch on about that. The thing is, dude, with his history of injuries and concussions, he shouldn't be wrestling if he did actually break an orbital bone. He shouldn't be. Like,
yeah, so you wonder that's another curious thing where it's like, are they using that because they know everybody's gonna think that,
right?
And they're gonna play up on it, right? Like they're misdirecting people, I think. Like they're hiding in plain sight, misdirection, whatever it is. Like, oh, everybody's going to believe that I get injured all the time. So if we just tell them, yeah.
Well, interesting.
Just think about it, guys. Just think about it. Think about these Gold League promos. We got those quick, like little promos from, all of our Gold League winners from this week, which is very interesting. It was weird. I kind of didn't like the way they booked the finishes there. I would have rather done a thing where instead of turning it into a 3-way, they worked it out somehow. So where
Sudden
like
death.
Well, no, more like something happens at the end that Jay White steals it from one of the guys.
That'd be good.
Like maybe because Swerve, who did Swerve wrestle that night? Roosh?
Yes, it was Rush.
Is that who it was? And he went over, right?
He did, but that
So
match
then-
was ridiculous.
then if
its own
he-
sense.
So then if he got a tie or something instead of a win, then that might have made it more interesting. That way it would have came down to it would have been between Moxley and Jay White, right? But then they would have had to have another match back to back. So that would have been lame. I don't know, whatever. They should have booked the whole thing differently, but whatever. It's fine. We'll see what they do, but interesting enough over there. And then we get the Action Martins versus the Acclaimed in a trios championship match.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who won?
Oh, wow. Didn't me, daddy ass. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Again, this match lost me, bro. Was there any tags going on? There was not. Even the moves were so petty in this match. Especially, I noticed the Andretti and the two brothers that remind me of Kid and Play from House Party for some reason. I mean, don't they give you that vibe? The Kid and Play vibe?
Well, Play was much darker complected than
Right,
either
but
of the-
one of them's lighter than the other, though. So technically, you know what I mean. That's why I think of them as Kid and Play. I don't know. They just give me those vibes. But anyway, my point is, did you notice those three kids were literally going soft on Billy Gunn for whatever reason? I guess it's his age and whatnot. Billy just was, the way he was selling just made me sick in this match. I don't know, dude. It just felt a whole. I don't know. This match sucked to me, dude.
Hey, Billy Gunn's a 70-year-old man, all right? You got to take it easy on him.
Come on,
He's basically now where Mae Young was back in the Attitude Era, okay? He's got to be careful with him.
Wow. That's actually interesting. But no, I mean, it was going to go the way it was going to go. And yeah, maybe Daddy Ass is the devil cold-blooded in the chat. Wouldn't that be funny? I mean, literally, I'd be laughing because of how stupid that would be. But I don't know, man. What do you think, Vent?
I think I was still eating my salad. I didn't know if these guys had a good match or not. I wasn't really paying attention. Sorry.
There was no tags. Everyone was fucking, just doing their thing, man. And we get was there a tight? I didn't see the tights actually get grabbed, but apparently that's how the Acclaimed won. Thanks
So
to
they
Max
can't-
Caster.
So the champions can't just go over on these guys with a clean win?
I guess not, because these kids are the future of the the trios championships. Actually, Vent.
What do you think of well, I know we do letter grades at the end, but what letter grade do you want to give Max Caster's rap this week?
It was all right, actually, dude. I'll give it a solid B. Actually, it made me laugh.
A B? You didn't think the break a leg line was in poor taste for the
That was great, dude. I loved it. But it was in poor taste, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But that's why he got a B for broken. I mean, come on. I mean, is he lying? Is he lying, though?
Says A-, yeah.
Well, hey, it's up there. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if people gave it an A-, put it that way. A+,
for
I don't
ass.
know. Hey, there you go. A for Acclaimed.
All right, well, they won. All right, so we got a special message from Hook.
I didn't mind this.
Okay.
You know why?
Because it's
'Cause
Hook.
not
Anything Hook
only
does
because
is
it's
perfect.
hooked, but
He
also
didn't have a bag
this-
of chips, unfortunately. But
Thank
other than that, it
God.
was good.
Come on, dude. Come on, Vet. You and I both know.
There's so
I
many
know.
flavors, though.
I know, but you
You
know
can have
what?
a new
At
one
least
every week, you know.
But at least he actually spoke more words than ever before. That's what I liked about this. Sure, he needs a lot of work when it comes to his promo game. And, you know, now he's real tough because he's straight up New York badass. You know what I mean? You don't want to fuck around with Hook in New York. Unfortunately, though, it's in Long Island, not the Red Hook section of Brooklyn. But I digress.
At least it's New York.
Right, at least it's still New York. But it's
At
New
least
York
it's
State.
not like New Jersey or something.
True. But you know what? Jersey's probably closer to New York City than actually Long Island is.
Well,
I mean, you know, pretty close. I mean, when you think about it, right? I mean, shit.
well, where's the New York experts when we need him? What's Big Ray doing? Probably having
True, where's
Christmas
Big
with
Ray?
his family. He can put a stop to that and jump on here and explain.
True, he should. No excuses.
But anyway, we go from that, which is, you know, Hook is always going to be one of my orders, right? Like I'm gonna
100.
order a Hook if I can get one. And then it goes right from that into Brian Cage versus Keith Lee. Woo, Keith Lee. He's another
Keith
one of my
Lee.
orders.
Dude, I'm sorry, but he needs a bra at this point. Seriously.
What are you talking about? The chest is the smallest thing on him. That's the problem. He needs to really get on the bench more.
Oh, on the bench, you think?
Yeah.
Dude, he's putting on weight savagely, man. I don't know. Every time I see him, he's gaining that extra pound every time, man. I'm just saying.
Well, regardless of his appearance, this was still Brian Cage versus Keith Lee. So,
I
do
mean,
you
it was
wanna-
meat. A lot of meat.
what do you want to say about it? Sounds like you weren't that impressed.
I mean, it was all right. I mean, the thing that doesn't impress me, either one of these, you know who impressed me the most? Prince Nana. When he got excited, started doing his dance, and you know, that makes me laugh because he just looks like a goofball doing it, but it's a funny goofball. But in truth, either one of these dudes, first of all, why weren't they in the Continental Classic? 1. 2, who cares who won this match? Why were they even wrestling?
Well, because last week Keith Lee spoke to Brian Cage,
Did he?
and I guess
miss
Tony
something?
Khan saw that and decided to
Oh.
make a match based on it.
Oh, well.
Hey, you
Well-
guys talk to each other backstage? All right, next week on Collision, live on Collision,
Yeah,
7
do it
days from
again.
tonight. Keith, you got time to get ready.
Color your hair. You know what I mean? Man, Tony Khan really doesn't know what to do with big guys. I mean, it's official. It was official a long time ago, but truly, tell me one guy that he knows how to book that's over 6 feet tall. I mean, Warlow continues to talk shit because what's so good and why would I want to get behind? I'm sorry for bringing up Warlow, but I have to point this out because I want to know your thought. Why would you back somebody like a Wardlow where all he does is talk shit, dude? Every week, I want to get Max, but he does nothing. He does absolutely nothing.
What do you mean? He comes out, he does this, then he power bombs a guy, and then he goes back.
Wow.
That's
Cool. Tough guy. I mean, shit. I can't, like, I don't know, man. I just don't like the fact that Tony booking this shit, he doesn't know what to do, man. Man, he needs
Okay,
to
well,
fire himself.
let's just rewind back to your question. He doesn't know how to book anybody over 6 feet. Does he know how to book anybody under 6 feet? Does it matter? It doesn't matter.
Does it?
No.
Oh, sorry. A la carte. My bad.
Right. It
It's
doesn't
true.
matter. We're not gonna get a good. You're not gonna get logic. It makes sense to him. Okay, if you need, but the thing is, like, you could say people. This is kind of the AEW loop. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's what happens.
Loop. All
They
right.
put some. Well, look, follow me along on this loop. AEW put something on TV. Everybody's like, why did he do that? Then the next week they do something based on that, and people are saying, why are they doing that? And then if somebody explains to them, oh, this is why they did that, then they say, oh, well, that's stupid anyway. So it's not like he can win even when he does stuff that does make sense. People just don't like it. This is how people are. They're not going to accept anything he does, or they're going to accept everything he does. Neither one is correct. You have to be able to have a critical eye for the things that need criticism. This thing with Keith Lee has been leading back to Swerve Strickland, which, as you'll see, because he hits the...
again?
Okay, see, that's my point, chat. You see what I'm saying? Jimmy just said why, even though he should have known by the end of this segment. They told him why, and he still doesn't know why now. Because you just want to complain, Jimmy.
I know.
Jimmy, you just want to complain. You're just not happy unless you're complaining, bro. I get it. You like the WWE, okay? I get it. They're doing big money, big gates now. They're coming to Australia. You're trying to hype them up. You know, you're going to be at the live event, you know.
Wow.
You want them to give you some free swag when you get there. VIP treatment, you know.
Absolutely. Why not? I mean, they should. No, but really. Oh, look. I give up. Please continue.
Just give up. Just give up.
I give up. I have
to give up. Unlike
myself.
Bryan Danielson, who did not give up. He held on and got a draw. So, yeah, look. So Keith Lee wins the match. All right. And then he gets on the mic. And, oh, yeah, at some point they tried to use a cinder block in the match. Well, what does that have to do with anything? Well, the cinder block, he said, in the promo, he said that's what put him out for 2 months when Swerve broke a cinder block on him. So when he's saying I'm coming back for him, he's talking about Swerve Strickland. Who's aligned with Swerve Strickland? Brian Cage and the Mogul Embassy and Prince Nana. And he had the cinder block. So yes, why is he going back to Swerve? Because he hasn't got a chance to get revenge for getting hit with a cinder block. So it doesn't really matter if you find that entertaining. It is following a story thread. It doesn't matter. I'm not saying it's good.
Did they put a bookmark in it? Is that what happened? They put a bookmark and then they came back to it. They remembered, or
there could be reasons why they did it, but is that really the problem? Is that the problem of the show?
Well,
is that
here's the problem? He said, and you just said it, that this was the reason why he was out for 2 months. Problem is, he was wrestling other guys in Ring of Honor.
Oh, Keith Lee?
Yeah, what's his name? Fucking, oh my God, his former tag team partner, bro. What's his name? I forgot now. I've gone blank. Shane fucking, was it Shane?
Shane Taylor.
Shane Taylor, yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't wrestling. He never wrestled. Keith Lee wasn't wrestling in Ring of Honor. Shane Taylor was working an angle in Ring of Honor to get to Keith Lee.
Wait, they never had the match?
They had the match.
Yeah.
But I don't understand what you're not understanding. He goes, he's out for 2 months. He comes back and Shane Taylor's calling him out.
Oh, so he's actually out for 2 months, apparently?
Well, whatever he was. So if Shane Taylor called him out and he goes to address the guy that's calling him out, and now he's going back to Swerve. He's got unfinished business with Swerve.
Okay. And he also said brick by brick instead of block by block.
Yeah, I guess, it's not the block by block's not the saying. This isn't Legoland. So
could be duplex land, for you know.
Yeah. I get it. Oh, look, I get it. You don't like Keith Lee. He's not on your menu. That's fine.
No. Hold on. I do like Keith Lee, as a matter of fact. But when you get booked continuously like a nobody, eventually I'm going to get sick and tired. It's like Dolph Ziggler, right? I mean, everybody used to love Dolph Ziggler at one point. And then WWE managed to... I mean, come on. At one stage, he was pretty over, man. I mean, remember when he cashed in...
Dolph Ziggler was never over.
Whatever the case. When he got the briefcase and cashed it in against Alberto Del Rio on that Raw after Mania, everyone was elated that he won, right? But WWE managed to bring him down so low to the point that even the fans were like, you know what, fuck this guy. You know what I mean? And that's all it takes, dude. You keep booking someone continuously like that. Wardlow's another one. I was a fan of Wardlow. Now I can't stand the guy, and it's not his fault, right? It's, I guess, TK's fault for bringing him this low to the point where why should I care? You know what I mean? Even even if it was a la carte, I just can't take him seriously, dude. I can't.
So wait, so let me understand this. First of all, they fucked Wardlow up out of the gate. They already fucked him up,
right?
Like, way before he ever started power bombing people. They already fucked him.
Oh,
up.
long before that, yeah, of course, I agree.
Yeah, then they tried to rehabilitate him, and then people started talking about him like he just debuted. I was like, did you not remember when he lost to Cody for no reason, or any of those other times they would just put him in the way of something with MJF? Like when someone was trying to get to MJF, they had to beat Wardlow first. Like nobody remembers that. So, but anyway, what's the difference? I mean, if you already know it's going nowhere and nothing's going anywhere with any of these people, then I don't think you're really understanding the a la carte, method.
I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. I really am.
But
it frustrates me.
If he comes out and he powerbombs somebody like 4 times, why is he over back when he did it the first time? But now if he does it, it's the exact same thing, and now it's not over. I mean, he's still walking out. It's the same guy powerbombing the same people the same amount of times, but now you're just deciding that you don't like Tony Khan more than you did back then.
I fucking hate Tony Khan, bro.
So it's not. So now it's not good, even though it's the same thing.
Oh man, I can't stand that little pipsqueak, dude. I just can't. I don't know, man. Like he really needs to get a spanking, bro. I mean, like. Anyway, someone needs to teach this guy like how to. He's stubborn, dude. That's my problem. Get someone that knows pro wrestling and just. Because look, apparently at the start of AEW's life, right? Supposedly, people say it was Kenny and the Bucks. They were mainly booking the show, right? Supposedly. But then and Cody, sorry, right? And then TK came along and had a little fucking, I assume a hissy fit. He said, no guys, I'll take over the booking from here. And then he starts doing it and now it's a mess. You know what I mean? We got Continental Noodle Championships, whatever's going on. Feels like a breakfast in bed type of deal. I mean, I don't even know what this Continental shit is. What is it? Like, I don't even know if there's still going to be a Ring of Honor World Championship. I'm still confused on that too. They haven't actually explained properly if these 3 belts combine as one or I don't know, bro. I'm confused.
I guess my point of this argument is you're not going to be satisfied with any answer.
Because there's really no answer to this shit. Like, straight up.
Right.
I mean,
so that's why I'm saying that's what the a la carte comes in.
I know.
There is no answer for you. You're not going to be happy. Even when I explained to you the Keith Lee storyline, you still didn't care. So it's like, okay, so why are you complaining? It doesn't matter to you. Maybe reviewing wrestling is just it's just not for you anymore. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, shit. Well, it's AEW more so than anything. Remember, I'm WWE.
Oh, that's right. You got it right. You got the in with the WWE, right? Still, so.
No, but for real,
maybe we could drop this show off the schedule. Sorry, Chris, you weren't around for your show.
No. Anyway, no, look, forget it. Let's move on because all it does is frustrate me, dude. And yeah, I can go on and on about it.
Well, are you frustrated with the timeless Tony Storm and her cohorts, Mariah May and Butler Luther?
First of all, Luther's hitting it out the park. I'll give him that. All right. Let's be honest. I mean, compared to what he was,
he just stands there and says nothing. That was the role for him all along. Don't wrestle, don't talk, stand there and do nothing.
He gets paid, vet. At least he still gets paid.
Mm-hmm.
But in all seriousness, I am a little lost. They're fucking ribbing us. These 2 girls, particularly, are ribbing us. I brought this up last week, vet, and I'm going to bring it up again. Mariah May is talking like she's from Australia, all right? Which is blowing my mind. And Tony Storm is trying to act all English. Have you noticed they're ribbing everybody? I'm telling you, dude. Why is Mariah May, who's from England, and no, I don't care what anybody says, the accents aren't actually that similar, right? There are some parts of England that might sound kind of similar, but technically it's not. The point is, does she not sound Australian right now, Mariah May?
I don't know.
I know to you it's probably the same. It's probably the same shit. But for real, man, it's frustrating me because it's either a rib or why the hell are they doing? Why are they swapping accents? Well, like, what's going on here?
Mm.
Where is this leading
what do you
to?
want me to? What do you want me to say about that? Like,
well, okay.
Oh, I'll tell you why, Jimmy. Because see, back in the early days of pro wrestling, the Welch family used to do this gimmick where they would switch accents. Some of them would sound like they were from Tennessee, and other ones, I don't fucking know.
Like, well, those Americans playing Russians for crying out loud. And I mean,
yeah, yeah. Boris Zukov was one.
Yeah. And there's another one.
Remember when they had Crusher Khrushchev? Like it was Barry Darso being Crusher Khrushchev,
Yeah.
and he didn't even attempt a Russian accent in the slightest. He just came on and did his like Minnesota accent promo. Like he didn't even fucking try. It was hilarious.
And well, I mean, look how many gimmicks he's had over the years, though, too, man. I mean, he was a repo man at one stage. He was smashing with demolition. I mean, Jesus Christ. No, thank you, Aaron Ben Shlomo, and shalom to him, by the way. He says, Jimmy, British accent and Australian accent are nothing alike. They'll be like comparing Bin and the Vet on looks.
I know who comes out on the good end of that deal.
Yalla to that. But anyway, yeah, I'm frustrated because let's be honest, okay? Me and Chris have spoken about this. I'm not sure if you and I have or the three of us have, but is the Tony Storm character like, do we like it because everything in this company is that bad that we actually like what Tony Storm is doing? But in reality, it sucks.
Oh, it's bad.
Thank you.
But but like I described it, it's just that it's somebody doing the best job at something that's a bad idea. There's nothing wrong with what she's doing. It's just that the idea is bad. So it's really hard to enjoy fully for me. But other people enjoy it because, well, quite frankly, people don't know what's good anymore. Sorry to say.
See the problem, and that's my point. Like, I truly think it sucks, but we kind of dug it because everything else is way worse. Like, yeah, this company, look, and also, what's the end game with this character, dude? I feel like there's no real long life with this character. She can't do this for another year, put it that way. You just can't. This character won't work in pro wrestling for too much longer. I just don't see it, dude.
Yeah, and then what's the way out of it?
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm asking. Like, what's the end game? Like, how do you get out of this?
I don't know. There's really no end game. But
well, that's AEW in a nutshell. They truly don't know how to friggin' progress with anything, dude. They really don't, man. And it's a real issue.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people that have that issue. Hey, speaking of which, Christian's out there in the ring.
This is great.
He calls out
this is awesome.
Shayna Wayne. Like it really that name is funny. Like
Shayna. It sounds. Dude, yeah, continue.
You ever watch The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt? There's that character that John Hamm plays called the Reverend Wayne Gary Wayne. It sounds just like
this. The Reverend Wayne Gary Wayne?
Yeah, Reverend Wayne Gary Wayne. If you've seen it, it's on Netflix.
Okay, no, I haven't seen it, man.
So that's obviously ridiculous, but hearing Shayna Wayne just sounds ridiculous too. Like,
yeah, but her name though, Shayna. I mean, how like. Oh man, it just sounds almost I don't want to say it, but you know what, dude? I'm gonna say this. She cuts a better promo, no shit, than 90% of the women in AEW, bro. Straight up. She was like a pro. She took that heat like nothing, bro. It didn't even make her flinch. She didn't even choke. I felt she'd done pretty well. I'm not saying it was good content and in what she said. But her expressions and just the way she rode the heat, it didn't make her flinch, dude. She was like a pro.
You are gonna boo a mother?
Yeah, that was brilliant, dude. How dare they tell her to shut the fuck up? She was helping her son. I mean, what's wrong with these people?
Okay,
God.
so all right, got it. So as we're keeping a tally, that's going to be a hold the Keith Lee for Jimmy, but an extra Shayna Wayne. Got it. Okay, you've ordered Shayna Wayne.
Hey, tell me
I
if I'm telling
I
lies.
thought this whole fucking thing shit the bed. I hate this
Really?
angle. I hate everybody in it.
Wow.
I retroactively like Christian less now because he's part of this because he agreed to be in it.
Okay,
He just says
interesting.
generic stuff, and all they're going to do is have another wrestling match, which they've already had. And I didn't care then,
Yeah,
and I don't
that's
care
true.
now. So that's why I
A la
said,
carte.
speaking of not progressing anything. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Well, a la carte would be Christian was going to say something that was very borderline disrespectful and offensive, and they didn't really do that this time. He just suggested that he had sex with this waitress.
That was funny. Yeah, 40 grand a year to be a waitress. Hey,
Well, that's
not
got to be
too bad.
including tips.
Okay, well, if it's including tips, then that's different.
She ain't getting tips on top of 40 grand. Where's she waitressing? Beverly Hills?
I mean, maybe. I have no idea. Wait, they are from California, aren't they? The Waynes.
I thought they were from
Where are they
Washington
from?
or whatever.
Oh no, you're right. They are. Swerve and Daniels. No, you're spot on. They do come across as sort of Cali type of people, though. I mean, they are from the West Coast after all, Northwest. Still, it's the West Coast. But no, look, honestly, put all that shit aside, though, Vet. Don't you think she actually handled it pretty well?
I guess.
No, really. I mean, I was kind of impressed by her. But you're right. We're getting another match. I couldn't care less about Edge and Christian again having a match. I would have thought and expected that Christian would have acted like the chicken shit heel and be like, no, I'm not giving you the match at fucking, your typical wrestling 101. But instead, like, I'm not true heel. He accepted. I mean,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, he accepted, and he's gonna shut Edge up, basically. Speaking of shutting up, here's Lexi with the tag team champions. And they get interrupted by Chris Jericho, who will find a partner because, damn it, he signed that contract. So,
dude, I got a bad feeling. I know it's more than likely going to be Dolph Ziggler, right? That's what I think deep down. Yeah, I do. I do think that. But don't be surprised if he brings in Enzo Amore, dude. Do not be surprised. That's what I really want. I'd rather no shit Enzo. Because think about it. It tells a story right then and there, bro. You don't have to do nothing. It makes total sense too to bring Enzo in, because think about the shock. You can see so many ways where this can go if they brought Enzo in. Do they think that far ahead? I don't know, but they did mention his name last week more than once, which makes me wonder: could we possibly get Jericho and Enzo versus Big Bill and the wannabe Rocky and Enzo at this point, Ricky Starks? But I love their promo, dude. I actually like the what do you say again about the guts? You don't have the guts.
yeah, you don't have the guts.
to face us. That made me laugh, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's simple.
Well, Zayn and Liz seem to expect that it would be Kota Ibushi being his partner. Since
I see that, but nah, it's too obvious. Why? But then again, it's AEW. You're right. It'll be fucking Ibushi. Fucking hell. See, it disappoints me, dude.
Yeah.
It kind of does. I love Ibushi, but let's be real, Vet. He's not the same Kota, man. He's just not. He's a weirdo now, dude. I know he's always been weird.
Now, yeah, I was gonna say.
I know. I know he's always been weird, but now he's really off with the fairies, bro. There's just something not right about him anymore. Like, he's not the same guy in the ring. He looks weird. His face is even changed. Vet, am I tripping?
Well, he's fat now. That's why.
Yeah,
That's
and
why
that
his face
too.
changed. He
He's
has
got
a
a
fat
chubby
face.
face for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. This is not the Ibushi that I knew and loved over the years. This is nothing like the same. And we're gonna see two fat guys against Big Bill and Ricky Starks. Really? Come on, man. Bring in Enzo.
Yeah, bring in Enzo.
Really?
Come on, see a fat guy and an even shorter guy.
It doesn't matter. We've got two short guys in the match, though. Yeah. All good.
No, I would like that. I would rather see something interesting like that could get people talking and everything like that. And for anybody thinking, well, like Cold Blooded said, if they censored Flair's promo, they will never bring in Enzo. If they don't bring him in, it'll be for some other reason. Obviously, he's and despite what people think, like, I mean, Enzo's pretty professional. All you got to do is tell him what you want, and he'll do it. Absolutely. If you tell him don't say this, then he won't say it. It's just, he's not really that much of a live wire. But that's the idea. People think that, and that's good. You want people to think that somebody's unpredictable and, like anything can happen. It's okay if people think that, and then you just never give it to them. That's fine.
Yeah, I know. But tell me you wouldn't get it. I think it would get a pretty big pop, man. Like, right. You know what I mean? And I think Enzo can go toe-to-toe with, like Aaron says on the mic. I don't know if he'll destroy him because Starks is kind of that condescending type of promo type of guy, if you know what I mean.
I don't think Starks is the guy to, I don't think he could really destroy anybody on the microphone. I think he's got Enzo some stuff that he pre-plans out there, and if it doesn't, like his comebacks that he's had to improvise against people that kind of went off book and stuff, they're not exactly like the sharpest cuts, No,
and it comes across as like a little fucking bitch, really, the way he says it too, man.
Right, which is fine since he's a heel right now, but
right.
He's just good compared to how the quality overall of guys that can talk has fallen over the years. It's not so much, but that's fine. That's not even a knock on him. I'm just saying, like, whatever it's AEW, so the two guys that you want to see go on the microphone back and forth, but it's really they need to have a 25-minute tag team championship match. That's not the best use for those guys in any case. But whatever, man. We'll see who it is. Could be Fat Ibushi. It could be Little Enzo. How you doing?
How you doing? Yeah, true. Little Enzo, Fat Ibushi. I mean, come on. It's money right there, right? I mean,
maybe he could bring them both in. He can bring in Ibushi to fight, and Enzo can manage. Whatever. Who cares?
Hey, I think it would work well for Enzo to be a manager. And also, is it true that MLW has signed Riddle?
Yeah, I believe that's true.
Do you think AEW should actually try to get Riddle?
It's too late. MLW signed him.
Oh, no, but how much money would they be paying him? Come on.
Just don't matter.
I mean, Court Bauer doesn't have that type of cash. But whatever, cool. It's a big deal for them.
You know how MLW is. They'll lock you down in a contract and starve you, bro.
Yeah, for sure. And they've starved a lot of talented guys over there.
And Riddle started there, so it makes sense.
True.
Like not like started, but like the first time I saw Matt Riddle was on MLW. So
I knew him from UFC personally, but
No, I mean in pro wrestling.
Oh, in pro wrestling, right. No, you're right. Me too. Now that I think about it, I mean,
MLW used to have a good crew there for a while. They had Shane Strickland. They had Riddle. They had Low Key. They had
Low Key was a badass, man, in fucking MLW. I mean, he was brutal.
He was one of the best. Like, he was one of my top guys in wrestling when he was doing that run there. His little Agent 47 run.
Yeah. I mean, it's a shame that he's an actual prick because he kind of does his own thing. You know what I mean? If he feels like kicking the shit out of you, he will and doesn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Which is a shame. That's what holds him back.
Yeah. Well, they had the Hart Dynasty thing.
They did
with Pillman, Bulldog, and Teddy. And
that's
Teddy
was
actually showing up for work and doing matches. Yeah. Like, it was crazy. Like, they did that. They had quite a few good guys. They had the Dynasty with MJF.
Exactly. And
Holloway
Hammerstone.
And Hammerstone. MLW was pretty good for him. They brought in Savio Vega. They had L.A. Park and his kids.
Yes.
Dude.
Which is not the real La Parca. Or actually, it is.
No, he is the real La Parka,
He is the other one,
but he lost
that
the
died.
gimmick,
right,
or the name, but he still does the.
Yeah, he
The
became
fat
LA
one is
Park,
the
right.
real one. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
real
you're right.
original. The chairman of WCW. That
And the
is-
fraud one is the one that passed away not too long ago, a couple years back or whatever, 3 years ago. The actual other La Parca, but LA Park is La Parca, the chairman of WCW back in the day.
It's very confusing. It's very.
It is.
That's one drawback to Lucha Libre is like they'll keep gimmicks going even if guys retire or pass away or whatever. They'll change. People will stay in the gimmick. It'd be like you know how the WWF did the fake Razor, the fake Diesel.
Oh my god,
that was basically a Mexican idea.
But what possessed him? Like, now that you brought it up, I've always like wondered why. I know that was a huge loss to WWF at the time, right? Hall and Nash jumping ship. But god damn it, were they that fucking petty that, god damn it, I want another Razor Ramon and Diesel, Big Daddy Fool, which ended up becoming Kane.
Yes, they are that petty. Yes.
God damn. Well, that
by
was
they
egg on
we
their
mean the
faces.
guy that's not there anymore.
Right. Vincent Kennedy McMahon. God damn it. Anyway, enough of my rant.
All right. So what did we learn from this? We learned that Enzo is cool and he should be a partner, and MLW used to be cool.
They're trying again, I guess. The thing about
well,
MLW,
Enzo was on MLW too most recently.
He was
like,
recently.
That's where he was
right.
working at.
Yeah.
So.
I don't think he signed there though, but he was there recently. The thing that lets MLW down though, and I've always tried to get into MLW, is their production, man. Their production just sucks to me bad. And that takes me out of it. Doesn't matter how good their roster is and whatnot. It
But
just
you like
takes me out of it.
DCW.
I did. Because it was different at the time though, man.
But their
Like,
production sucked.
It did.
Their production
they're-
sucked worse then than MLW's does now.
I don't know
Yes.
about that. The thing that
Yes.
oh, come on. I mean, they had I hate noisy rings, bro. Like on television. That really irks me. I don't know
ECW?
why. It wasn't as bad because they probably couldn't afford as many mics under the ring and whatnot. But like seriously, there was a lot going on in
Jimmy's
ECW
exposing
too.
himself, guys.
No, really. I mean, ECW was just different at the time for me. Sure, I used to shit on their production, but come about 97, once they started doing pay-per-views, I think they improved a lot more. They even had a better ring. Do you remember when the old ECW back in 95, you know, when they had the red, yellow, and blue ropes, and it just looked like shit in the ECW arena? I hated everything in the ECW arena pretty much, but everything outside of that was much better. And the Hammerstein Ballroom events were always special with ECW, dude.
Well, my point is, you just knocked MLW on their production, but
Well, yeah.
right.
I don't know. It's just I know what
just
you're saying,
keep
and
it
you got me.
score.
I exposed myself. I get it, but I don't know. I didn't care so much about it then like I do now.
Here's where MLW sucks. If they're gonna put mats outside the ring, they can't be those little like kindergarten interlocking play mats. You can't do that. Either have gym mats or just leave the floor bare. But don't look like you just went to your kindergarten class and took all their play mats and put them outside the wrestling ring.
They
Okay,
play mats. Aren't they the grey ones they use outside of the ring?
I don't know what they are, but that's what
I never noticed if they're like play mats. Why are they extra soft? Do you think
You know what I'm talking about? Those ones that are like
the
they
big
have like
ones,
the little
thick ones,
interlocking pieces,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
puzzle
yeah,
pieces,
like puzzle
and you just
pieces, yeah.
you just make as many of them as you need to. You buy all
Yeah,
the pieces
yeah.
and then you lay it out, and they would do that around the ring, and it looked like shit. But other than that, MLW used to be cool, way cooler than ECW production wise. All right, so moving on, we get Brody King versus Dale Garcia, and now. You know, I finished my salad long ago, but then I started like looking around for other stuff to eat. Like, what else can I eat? There's no way I'm watching this. Are you kidding me? This is how you get this. This is how you definitely get me to stop watching the show. Brody King versus Daniel Garcia. So
What the fuck, dude? That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, so now Danny Garcia is the giant killer, right? Is that what's happening? I mean,
Well, he doesn't so much kill him as he does roll him up.
well, yeah. How many roll-ups were there?
He's the
for
giant
fuck's sake?
roller-upper.
Duh. Again, I've said this a million times. I can't stand a little prick beating big dudes, man. I don't care if it was like a fluky win and whatnot. This is bullshit, bro. Especially considering that King had everything to lose and Garcia had nothing to gain. Let's be real, right? And you know what else is frustrating? Does it really? Is it gonna make Garcia really? I don't think it will. It'll do nothing for him, dude. And on top of that, you just buried another big guy in your company.
Yeah, but it's Brody King, so it's all right.
I know, but still, man. I mean, I can't stand this type of shit. I just can't, man.
Okay. Well, did it change your mind when the lights went out
Oh,
and
God.
then the House of Black showed up in the ring, getting their revenge on Daniel Garcia for rolling him up?
But have no fear because FTR was here also.
That's
I
right.
mean-
Dashing and cash and run down and make the
Yes.
save.
We haven't said that in a while, actually, but I like it. Cashton and Daxon. God
Dax
damn it,
Daxon,
man.
yep.
So House of Black is going to be buried in the black.
Black
soon.
Blackson,
Blackson. Oh, sorry.
Buddy Buddison, and Malachi Malikson.
Malachi Malix. Oh, God. Buddy Butterson.
Buddy
Hey,
Buddison.
Butterson. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, pal. Butter. Yeah. Well, anyway, you can these guys can all kiss their
Waited.
AEW careers goodbye.
Yeah, after they waited to get their revenge for them burning a printout of his family.
I forgot about that. You're
Yeah.
right. That's hard,
we
bro.
get the match made. We get the match made. That's the important thing. Daxon makes the match.
You know what, dude? You would have thought. Again, I know it's just a picture and they burnt it, but clearly FTR wasn't that hurt.
A printout of a picture.
A printout of a picture. But clearly it didn't bother FTR that much, right? I mean, really, did it look like they were that pissed off?
No. But they had
Exactly.
time to think about it. You can't,
Oh, all week. Or
it's hard
to the
to stay
point.
mad that long. You ever tried to
It's
stay
true.
mad for a week? It's tough.
It's hard to remember that they burnt
Right.
a piece of paper. I mean,
Yeah, he had to immediately realize. Remember when they did that and then they ran backstage like they were going to go
Yeah.
get him? And then
And nothing
they
happened.
probably got back there and they're like, wait a minute. They just burned a piece of paper. What do we care? And then they just probably got in the car and went home.
that's all right. Next, you know what they're going to do to hurt Cashton and Daxon? They're going to get FTR voodoo dolls, right? Because, they're the House of Black. And then they're going to get like a pin and they're going to like stab him. And it's going to
They'll
cause
get
injuries.
the revival action figures off of clearance at WWE shop.
No. That's after the fact. They get revived and then they become the revival, you see?
Oh.
Yeah, that's storytelling 101 right there, Vic. Come on.
They're so mad they re-signed.
Oh, if they had hindsight, right? Honestly, if they knew that Punk, I think they re-signed because of Punk, Julie. So if they saw the future, right now they don't seem happy. Do they look happy? They're just going with the motions, dude. They're just doing their thing. And we know with the House of Black, these guys, other than King, came out publicly, and I'm looking at Buddy and Malachi Malikson, right? They both came out publicly and said they don't want to be part of this company anymore, dude. They said that. They literally said that, but they signed long-term contracts like dumbasses, and here we are.
I mean, gotta be careful when you sign something.
Oh well,
You can't take every piece of paper and burn it. You know?
that's true. Unfortunately, they wish they could do it to their contracts, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Vet is frozen.
All right, did we lose
There
us
we go.
again?
You're back. You're back.
Okay. I said I was waiting for the Keith Lee match, but I think everybody was really waiting for this match, okay, which is Dark Sky.
Oh
and
yes.
Dark Heart. Maybe they should be called Heart of Darkness. How about that? How about that for the
Hey,
team
I
name?
like it.
Print up the shirt.
Print
and
it
send
out
me,
right now.
5% commission.
The Heart of Darkness.
Versus the Living Dead Girl and the Half Dead Girl.
Hey, see, that's storytelling right there. TK's saw
See?
that. He
You're
saw that
getting it.
and he's like, bang,
You're getting it.
we're gonna
Jimmy,
do
you're
this.
seeing it.
We got
It's not
zombies all
just a la
around. Dude.
carte. Sometimes there's
No.
a full course menu.
There's
here.
substance, bro. There's substance here. It makes
Yeah.
sense. Totally.
Yeah, so a lot of evil in this match. And a
Lot
lot
of
of
evil.
ass. A lot of ass. Everybody had their ass out in this, basically. Even Abaddon, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the type of ass that, yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, so the match was it was pretty good. I didn't really pay attention as much.
I wasn't. You know what I was doing?
Huh.
I literally was setting up for this show right now.
Just put it in the
at
show.
that point. Yeah. I was like, nah, no thanks.
Well, they did work a hot tag, which was good. When Rosa came in, the crowd, a decent pop. So they did that part right. And the baby's up. Is a good match. Sounded like a good match.
It sounded like a good match. Did the Heart of Darkness? They didn't win the match.
I know.
They actually didn't win. And so is Abaddon and Thunder Rosa now a tag team? Is that what's happening?
Maybe.
So what are they going to call themselves? The Dead Undead twins?
The
I
living
don't know.
undead.
The Living Undead. I mean, that's only AEW could come up with something stupid like that, right?
Or
I
me.
mean, come on. Or the vet. That's true. It's the Living Undead. Whatever that means. Are they dead or are they living vet? I mean, what are they?
Well,
They're living undead.
yeah,
That's
they're
what you're
living
gonna
undead. Like I guess they're not quite. They're not. They're not quite dead. They're not quite living. But man, so to answer your question,
What do you
I don't
call
know.
that? What do you call? They're not quite dead, but they're not quite.
I don't know.
Well, they are dead. I have
I don't
no
know.
idea, but whatever.
I don't know. As long as their asses are out, it's fine.
And you know
Good
what?
women.
Thank God. Last week I felt like Thunder Rosa looked kind of chunkier. She has put on weight, but she looked good actually. On the eyes, that is. Like Liz said, she's got it. The comatose. I mean, yeah. Why not? I
Well,
like
they seem
it.
very lively for two dead people.
They do. That's
So-
true. So they're not comatose then. They're not really in a coma. You know what I'm saying, Liz? I mean,
Right.
they're not exactly zombies. They're not really dead, but there's something. They're just not as dark as Scar.
Dark. Heart of darkness.
The Heart of Darkness. Can you believe they haven't thought of that name yet?
There's probably some legal issues with the estate of Francis Ford Coppola, but
You
Uh,
really?
I don't know. No. All right. So the main event is Eddie Kingston and Andrade. So this is
Ooh.
both these guys' tournament life on the line.
Yep.
Eddie Kingston wins.
I remember what I said. Does anyone remember what I said? I'm telling you, I know everyone's thinking Moxley and Danielson is going to be the finals. It's going to be Moxley and wait a minute, who's is Danielson now facing Kingston, isn't he?
Yep.
Okay.
And they started out with Danielson beating Kingston the first round here.
I'm telling you, I'm going to be right. It's going to be Moxley and and Kingston in the finals, and Kingston's going to win, man. Mark my fucking words. I've said it. You all said I was wrong, but I'm going to be
Kingston's
right.
going to be the first Triple Crown in
Yes.
AEW.
Yes,
Good.
because look at him.
Yes, look at him.
I mean, come on. That's AEW written
I'm
all
proud of
over
him. He lived his dream to win a Japanese style championship.
Oh, isn't he great? I mean, come on.
Ain't he great? Ha ha.
Exactly.
That's EDDIE. Ha ha ha.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Jerome says in the chat, and thank you for joining us, Jerome. Danielson is somehow going to get hurt again, for sure.
Yeah, that'll be his
beat him to a
excuse.
bloody
It's like
bulb.
this is probably what happened. He's like, okay, look, I'm gonna put Eddie Kingston over, but I'm gonna make myself look crippled, so it looks like that's the only way that he could have beat me, and I'll still almost beat him the whole time. I'll basically kick his ass the whole match and let him slip over on me, so that and it'll make it look like even in my crippled state, I could basically almost beat Eddie Kingston. That's what I'll do.
I'm telling
Kind of
you,
a
man.
dick move, but
It is a dick move, but still.
whatever. It's fine. But yeah, so that's that. Or how about this, Jimmy? What
Please.
if it's Jay White and Eddie Kingston? Because remember,
I'll love that, but it won't happen.
who got Eddie Kingston or who got Jay White kicked out of New Japan?
True. I mean, again, there's story right there, but this guy, Tony, doesn't think like he's retarded, bro. I mean,
Or does he?
well, I hope he proves me wrong, but so far for nearly 5 years, he comes across as a bit, not all there.
Well, you can't. I mean, look, what is a good match, given what we've had? So on one side you have Swerve, Mox, and Jay. On the other side you have Danielson and Kingston. So what's the dream match that you want to see?
Well, if it was up to me, if I was booking this shit, which I wouldn't have even done in the first place, but if I was, I would actually have Jay White win the whole damn thing, first of all, one. Two, it would have been Swerve and Jay White for me in the finals. Only because either one of them I'd be happy. Well,
they can't be in the finals. They have to.
I know it's impossible now, but I'm saying if it was me booking this whole thing, I would have had them two. Why do we need friggin' Moxley, Danielson, heck, even friggin' Kingston? Give the fucking other guys a chance to fucking carry the company, man. Because these guys, I'm sorry, but they're failing. All right, the ratings keep going lower and lower and lower. All right, every week. No one gives a shit about these. No shit. It kind of feels like, like when Hogan or the Clique were running things and always winning, right? Danielson, Moxley, and Castagnoli to a lesser extent, they seem to be hogging the spotlight all the time, dude. Heck, you don't even see the Bucks around these days, and Kenny's injured anyway. So let's just have. I've always said let's reset this damn company right now in terms of storylines and whatnot. Clearly, Disco felt the same way, and then Tony fully attacked him, for example, on Twitter. But I truly think if they had done a reset and just admit, okay, look, it's a mess. We fucked up. We're going to reset all the freaking storylines and start fresh again. I wouldn't be mad at that, dude, because everything's a mess right now, dude.
Wait, that you wouldn't be mad at?
I wouldn't, because at this point, how much worse can it get?
Well, don't answer that.
Yeah, it's true.
No, but if they did that, then you'd be like, oh, so you guys admit that you sucked, and then everybody would shit on them for resetting it. Like, everybody shits on AEW for everything they do. So that's where we're at.
It's too
now.
late. Yeah, well, that's
culture.
it. It's on them. It is the culture, and they're going to have to wear it, because either way, they're going to get shat on. So just take it like a man, Tony. God.
Yep.
And it's true. How much worse can this shit get? I mean, really.
Yeah, it can get a lot worse than this, but that's fine. It's clearly that's the direction we're headed. We're headed in the direction where Tony Khan will probably end up closing the company because everybody was so mean to him.
I can see that, dude. No shit. I can truly see him doing that and actually blaming everybody for giving him shit. Because, I mean, let's be real, Vet. His nervous breakdown is unfolding in front of our very eyes on Twitter, in these press conferences. He needs to shut his friggin' mouth at this point. Stop doing your press conferences. If you're going to still do that shit, don't even show up, man. Because people ask him a question. It's like saying, I ask you, for example, so who do you think will win, right? And then you go on a tangent about everything else, but who's going to win. That's what he does, dude. And it's like, I didn't ask you that. I don't want to know what you're talking about. Why are you even saying that? Then he doesn't stop talking, dude, for a good hour. And then he hugs everybody, for crying out loud. I mean, who does that shit, bro? I mean, come on. I mean, snap out of it, man. Have a Slim Jim or something. I don't know. Do something, man. Just stop talking. Someone's got to pull him aside and tell him, stop with your social media shit. I know you give me shit for arguing with some of these idiots, right? But I know when to, like, back away. This guy just gets provoked, and has to always say something, dude. And you wonder why he gets provoked, right? The more you keep responding to these fools, the more people are going to keep attacking. But he doesn't get it.
Yeah, so I guess we'll just have to see who's going to win this Continental Classic.
It's going to be Kingston, vet. I'm telling you, and everybody that doubted me, you'll see I'll be right. I don't know, man. It just felt that way because it's telling his story, right? He's the underdog that no one takes serious, but he's going to prove everybody wrong, and he's going to win the secondary championship of a dying, if not dead, promotion. And whatever this new belt, Continental bullshit shit that it is. We don't need any more belts, man, but we're getting more. Heck, we've even got a Women's Ring of Honor TV championship now, vet.
Yeah,
more belts.
People started complaining about that before it even got officially unveiled.
Well, why? Well, why do we need a television women's championship, bro? Like, really, why?
Well, I would say the same thing that I would say to
Continental?
anybody else who complained about it. What do you care? You ain't watching it.
Well, I am watching.
So you now, so now we complain about stuff we're not even going to watch. Like you just heard that they're going to get a belt, and you're like, "Fuck you guys and all your belts." Like,
I'm sorry, but even you can't even go a la carte on this shit, bro. Like, really, man? Come on.
no,
How
you
many belts are
definitely
in?
You could.
No, really though. How many belts? I've lost count, dude. I can't even count them right now. But between Ring of Honor and AEW, and I'm going to say they're the same company because all I see is Ring of Honor shit in AEW. Sure, I don't watch the Ring of Honor show, but I don't need to because I'll get it in AEW anyway.
So what was your question? How many belts?
Yeah, how many belts? See, I've done a TK then.
I
How
don't
many
know.
belts all up, truly? I mean, we got 3 women's championships, I think, 4 women's championships between both companies. There's even rumors of a women's tag belts even starting soon, which I guarantee probably will happen. I'm just done. There's 2 sets of 6-men trios championships. Soon we're going to get the Escalera Suicida championship. I mean, come on, man. We even get Triple in fucking Rampage every week. That's become the Lucha show now. I mean, we got Seaman, a real life Seaman, wrestling every Friday night, bro. You know he looks like the Seaman on Dreamcast. You know that, Van. And I'm talking about El Vikingo, El Higo, whatever the fuck his name is. To me, he's El Seaman Vikingo. I mean, think about it. He's a Viking, right? Seaman goes hand in hand.
Makes sense.
Absolutely. Come on. And you know it's true. He does look like a seaman. Come on. He does. He really does. He's a floating head with a tail.
You Sega Dreamcast fans, you be the judge. Does Vikingo look like Seaman?
Believe it or not, there's not many people that know it. That's why I popped when you knew it. But yeah. Come on. Tell me when I'm telling lies, guys. If you know what seaman is and if you don't, look it up and you understand what I mean.
That's right.
Anyway.
And remember, Jimmy has an
enough for me.
Australian accent, so you're going to have to make sure you check the spelling on that.
Wait a minute.
Well-
It's spelt the same, all right?
Well, so I guess this kind of brings our airing grievances of AEW edition of Wreckage to a close here.
I I was
But
pissed,
for this
bro.
episode of Collision, what grade are we going to give? If it's anything higher than an F, I'll be shocked.
Guess what? It is
Or
a
a
true
T.
F.
Or a T
Well,
for Jimmy T's going to throw this company out.
I'm done, bro. I'm done. I'm old.
done.
I'm tired. And
Jimmy's
I watch children wrestle every week, dude.
He's done reviewing AEW, guys.
Oh, man.
That's how many? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 3 less PWC shows now.
No, but get this, dude. It's funny. We get shit. Haven't you seen? Oh, because you're not on Facebook. But for example, RBV would be like, "Man, poor guys, the vet, fucking me, and and Chris. These poor guys have to review AEW every week, and everyone laughs because it's true, bro. The more you watch this shit, the more crazy you get, man. And the more I watch it, I just want to like grab TK and literally like choke him out. But unfortunately, I can't. So in saying that, it's another F. That's 2 Fs this week for AEW television. I think that's the first time I've given 2 Fs.
Wow. On Christmas, too. You just
I don't give a
gave
fuck.
an F for
That's
Christmas.
another F. No, fuck them, vet. Yeah.
All right.
They're frustrating, bro. They're another F there for you. Frustrating.
Well, for those of you who did not watch Collision, it's going to sound like they actually did something bad or different on this show than they always do, because Jimmy's just had it. He's done. He's cracked. It's over for Jimmy. His brain broke. But for me, I'm going to give this one a... Man, is there a C? Is there something between a C and a C plus? Is there like a C.75 or something, like just the vertical line of the plus instead of the minus? Like, can I get
Like
a
a
C
hangman?
vertical line? Yeah, like something like that. It was a C. Even though I wasn't really watching it, it sounded good. The matches sounded entertaining. Thunder Rosa came back for the first action she's seen in a while in a wrestling ring. We got a big boy match with Keith Lee and Brian Cage that was pretty good. So if you like big boy matches, they did some impressive stuff in that.
Big boys.
And they had a match where 4 chicks' asses were hanging out. I don't know what else they could have really. Sure, you got the Action Martins in there, but at least the Acclaimed was finally back on TV in a match. How long has it been since the Acclaimed been on TV in a match? Seems like forever since they've been there.
It's been over 40 days since they defended those belts, according to Kevin Kelly.
That's a long ass time.
It is.
They should have had it stripped by now because
Yeah.
But so we got all kinds of stuff on this episode of Collision, and while none of it was particularly amazing, nothing really stunk. And Collision's had some real bad episodes the past few weeks. Ever since Punk is gone, Collision has had at least 3 or 4 segs per show that were just the absolute drizzling shits. Looked like Ring of Honor wouldn't even have, like, hey, put that shit on Collision, man. This is Ring of Honor. We don't do that here. Like, that's how bad these things were. And this show didn't have any of those. So Jimmy's just in a grinchy mood, but it was actually, I think, a good C show. So that's my grade. My grade's a C.
C. Wow. Well, I should see myself out of this one then, Vet, because look, man. Maybe because I'm tired, bro. It's Christmas for me. It's Christmas for you guys tomorrow. And AEW, when you're tired, when you're fucking tired, bro, and watching that crap, it can drive you a little fucking nuts. But thanks, Jerome. Because I hope they do get ruined for Christmas, as a matter of fact.
Oh God, he's back on them. Now you're saying everybody's Christmas gets ruined there for no reason.
Screw them all. But anyway, in saying that, Vet, you know what? Let's take it home, man. So, after this wreckage that we just sift through, tell them where they can find you, man.
All right. Well, you can find me at Opinion Haver on all your favorite social media platforms. Twitter, Instagram, those other ones. The ones that I don't use, the ones that I do use, twitch.tv/opinionhaver. That could be social media, or it's a streaming platform where you'll probably see me in, 15 minutes or so. Then, you can also find me every Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, for the Next Level Wrestling Review with Big Ray Hernandez, where we talk about another childish wrestling show, but it's just bad for all different reasons. Then you can watch Brandon and myself talk about the company that's supposed to be changing back to TNA, but they announced it too early, so now they've had 6 weeks of treading water and clip shows and basically everything but just trying to say, man, why did we announce that name change so early? Yeah, that's going to be another fun episode that you can watch live on Christmas. At least as of now, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. If you want to join us live for the Impact Attack, and they're doing a year-end of awards, and we're inviting you guys to come to the chat. And if you're not too busy, it's Christmas night and all, so we understand. But if you're not too busy, you want to stop by and put your picks for best whatever wrestler of 2023 for Impact, or and if it's not Moose, then just don't bother showing up. Don't vote if it's anything but Moose. But yeah, come by and let us know what are your picks for best of 2023, and anything else you guys want to talk about, because it's not going to take long to go over that show. So once again, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern for the Impact Attack with myself and Brandon, Christmas edition. Then what else going on? We always got, you could check me out on the Monday Locker Room from this week. Ben and I went over the stories of the week and had some interesting and fun conversations there, like we always do. And you can check out, Wrestling with Rip Rogers. Speaking of interesting conversations, they just had, as their special guest this week, they had Dan Matha, who you may remember from his time in NXT, and Stephen P. New. That's right. The lawyer for Jim Cornette. The lawyer that took care of CM Punk and Ace Steel in the NDA brawl out, whatever Snavitz Wembley gimmick thing. Stephen P. New. And you've heard the theme song and you've heard about him so much. And it's funny because they even talked on that episode. They were talking about how people didn't think he was a real lawyer because they thought he was just another character on Jim Cornette's show. So good talk with longtime wrestling fan Stephen P. New and former NXT prospect who's coming back pretty soon, Dan Matha. Let's see. Yeah, there's that. And then, of course, everything else they've been doing. God, they had the Mark Henry interview. They had the Les Thatcher and Dave Marquez interview. They had a bunch of interviews I'm forgetting. They had Ace Steel. Yeah, of course, Ace Steel. And then they also had, who else did they have like a little while ago? They had, Bobby Fulton was on there. Did some stuff with them from the Fantastics, Bobby Fulton.
That's a throwback right there.
Yeah, so many good fun stories and interesting stuff that they do over there. So Wrestling with Rip Rogers, go check that channel out. Give him a follow. And check out Stevie Richards. He's doing all kinds of stuff. Putting out videos, wrestling videos, fitness videos, tech videos. And he'll be doing it all over brand new again in 2024. He's already redesigning his studio and getting a bunch of stuff set up. So, man, it's just a lot of stuff going on right now, and we invite you to be a part of all of it.
Absolutely, man. And Stevie's killing it, dude. He's rejuvenated, and I love seeing it, man. So shout outs to Stevie, shout outs to Rip Rogers, shout outs to all of the HMG family, and of course Channel Attitude family also. But in saying that, if you want to follow me on the X or the Twitter, you can at DJ MassFX, and you can follow us at the PWC Network. Like and subscribe right here at channelattitude.com with $5. Not only do you get the realest talking pro wrestling, but also the best. And at the pwcnetwork.podbean.com, where you can find all our other shows, and Hamin Media Group.podbean.com for all of our affiliate shows. And I think that's a wrap, Vet. But before we do go, I just want to wish everybody in the chat and everyone who listens to us a very merry, happy Christmas, I guess. And also, and a Happy New Year, in case I forget to say that also, because that's also around the corner. And thank you to everybody that's joined us. I mean, we got a lot, man, from Revamped Wrestling, Zane Vicious, Retro Rocket Review, Elizabeth, even Kevin Murray made a little appearance saying Happy or Merry Christmas. And Retro Rocket saying, Jimmy T, we appreciate you. And AEW does not. Thank you, my friend. And Jerome Hall, Elizabeth, and wow, man, Javi Ochia. There's probably more, and if I've missed you guys, I'm sorry, but god damn it.
Cold-blooded, don't forget Cold.
Oh yes, Cold-blooded, of course. And Sonic the Hedge Rat,
Jinder
by the way.
was here, Scott Woodford was here.
Scott Woodford, man, we had everybody. The whole crew was
Aaron
out.
Ben Shlomo, did we say?
Aaron Ben Shlomo also, and Facebook user, whoever you are, saying Triple H
Facebook
Tanahashi.
user, our greatest fan.
Oh, and the Comic King, Todd Brownlee. Yeah, our greatest fan, actually. Facebook user, the mysterious Facebook user. So, in saying that, I am Jimmy T. That is the vet, Jamie Williams. And you've been listening and watching the special season beatings edition of the Saturday Night Wreckage. Merry Christmas. And we're out.
In the words of the great AEW talent, Stokely Hathaway, Merry Christmas, ho. Ho. Ho.
Ho, ho, ho. Peace.
Santa Claus is coming straight to the ghetto. It's 12:30 a.m. Christmas Eve. I'm out with the gangsters and thieves. Celebrated, posted up with eggnog, headed up in my cup. Put Rudolph and Moses, sleigh bang, banging and coasting down the block, but be careful for the heart because it's posted. Some say to this day that Christmas ain't nothing but another day, but out of respect, I gotta give the Lord his day. Tell me, where do the homeless and bums got to sleep? Where do the hungry and the needy greedies got to eat? Life is so crucial and cold. That's for the children in this world. They hopes and dreams can't afford the young and old churches and spiritual dreams, seasonal things. Heard throughout the ghetto reaches gangsters and dope fiends. Cause those who ain't able to get it now can finally get it. Cause the ghetto Santa Claus will sprinkle the hood. Now we born and living to a new year, a better thing. Celebrate with some champagne. Ha ha.
Now on the first day of Christmas, my homeboy gave to me a sack of that crazy glue and told me to smoke it up slowly. Now on the second day of Christmas, my homeboy gave to me a fifth of hen dog and told me to take my mind off that weed. Now by the third day of Christmas, my big homeboy gave to me a whole lot of everything, and it wasn't up a gang to me.
Back then you woke up to the sound. I saw mama kissing Santa, made you reminisce on the old-fashioned Christmas days. Gifts miss a fat man jolly with joy. Down your chimney with toys for little girls and boys. Pumped up, I jumped up before the sun peeked in and hoped to catch a Santa Claus creeping down my hall. Run to the window, put my eyes to the sky to see if I could see the sleigh that parlay and push the fat guy. I sigh, ain't no sign, but everything under this tree in my house is mine. My bike that and this plastic 9 to do fine till next year come. I try to see the same thing, they got us brainwashed up. And when you find it ain't no Santa, Christmas still mean a lot. Cause it's the time to get together and give all you got. You got food, good moods, and what's better than together with your people. Swear wishes, give a toast by the tree, it's Merry Christmas.
Don't get too close because you might get shot. Santa Claus on the ceiling, Jack Frost chillin', pinch the Grinch for being a holiday villain. Season's greetings, all the proceeds are brought to you by the church house where we'll be eating chestnuts roasting on an open fire, singing my jingle, where is Chris Kringle? I didn't cop and I ain't even shout. I even stayed in the house when the homies tried to sneak me out. Now all I want for Christmas is my 6'4" Chevrolet and a granddaughter for her grandmother Beverly. Ain't that something? Nah, ain't that nothing. How it's Christmas time and my rhymes steady bumping. Everybody happy, hair still nappy. Gonna steal a gift for my old grandpappy. Catch me giving out turkeys at the church house. Don't try to work me, just stand in line and everything gonna be fine. Holla at your folks, boys, going down. Ain't no helps from no elves, just the dog pound. And we passing our gifts, blazing up splits. Christmas on the road, can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Santa Claus is coming straight to
Christmas
the
Eve,
ghetto.
I believe 76 was the year. Girls and boys full of joy with the season cheer. Smell the sky, hella pies and cakes getting baked to be ate after everything gone off your plate. But wait, not tonight, it's straight beans and rice on the table, all we able to receive tonight. I wonder what the morn bringing, so it's hard to doze off. 3 o'clock in my socks, I crack the dose off. Hoping when I open the door, I see Santa. Now who the hell is this in this blue bandana? Messing with the boxes that's up under the tree. Look like Santa Claus then crossed into a woman to me. Now I'm coming to see the whole picture get clearer. How we have less as Xmas get nearer. Mirror, mirror, please, it seems I've been deceived and think it's Saint Trick for the gifts I received. So I creep back and act like I ain't even peeped it. This'll be me and mom's private secret.
Santa Claus